Welcome to the Anime Reviewers. I'm Matt.
I'm Zach.
Today we're talking about So I'm a Spider, So What? Episode 1, Reincarnation in Another World. It is a show that is done by Studio Millipens. This show is directed by Shin Itagaki, and its writers Okina Baba.
So for the show, at least specifically this episode, personally for me, I did not really enjoy it. I felt it was I felt it retreaded on a lot of isekai tropes, and really didn't do a whole lot of unique things with them. For me, it felt like
I literally said it was doing that. When
yeah.
the character considered that she was an isekai.
That's true, but there are other isekais where they've gone, I'm in an isekai, but it's
way better.
That's my thing, is the fact that they're retreading on stuff that's been done before, but to me it feels like they're not adding anything new or doing a unique take on it. Because the main character reincarnates as a spider. What it reminds me of is that time I got reincarnated as a slime, which is another great series, which is another isekai where a human character gets turned into a monster. That one was done very entertainingly, very funny. This feels like it's trying to basically retread that, but what it's trying to do is we're going to turn it into a monster, but for Slime, he becomes overpowered right away. And the show is really about him interacting with the world, whereas she's not overpowered, she's just a weak little spider. And it seems like she's, but the purpose of this show is her growing in power. And that's fine, it's a fine concept. Except I had zero vested interest in her as a character. I didn't find her very funny. I didn't find her very interesting. And at one point they do show off some of her other classmates that turns out they're also in the other world.
And her teacher too.
And her teacher. And none of them are interesting.
Oh, that was absolutely part of
the worst part for me is the fact that when they're talking, when it's to the classmates, or at least some of the classmates and the teacher, how did they find out who each other were?
Yeah.
The teacher admits, I know 11 others.
Yeah.
And I don't get how she found, how do you find out that these people are your students?
Yeah, I really think, my ultimate hypothesis is she's going to eat her former classmates. She gets powered up and gets special skills by consuming things, and because she eats one of her sibling spiders, because of course she's growing spiders, so there's millions of them.
Yeah,
and that's that is a cool scene when the mother spider is just poking all the spiders and then eating them off her claw. I was like, that was the action was really cool. Also, when she's there's a scene where she builds a web and traps it's a gecko, or a frog. It's actually frog. Sorry, frog. She captures a frog in her web and then has to fight it, but shooting acid at her.
Yeah. There are some visually interesting things about this. Don't get me wrong. I'm just my issue is the story.
And she eats the frog alive and it screams out in pain.
Yeah, that one actually, I'll give it that one. That particular scene it is actually kind of interesting.
Well, that's why I think that she's going. She did guess that she had poisons. Why I was in pain, but. I'm thinking that's also telling that's part of the reason why I think she's going to eat her former classmates. At least at one point where she may not know that that's them. Because she knows humans are bad because she's found evidence of humans and they had killed one of her siblings.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean she thinks humans are fine. Humans think she's a monster.
Yeah.
That's where I don't think she's going to end up eating any of her classmates. I think her classmates are going to attack her.
Well, that's why I think she's going to end up eating them, is because she's going to attack one and kill him, and then eat him, because she's like, I can get power-ups. Here's a perfectly good one for me to eat. And
if they go that route, I'd be amazed. And I would actually say that the show would become enjoyable. But I really doubt that's what they're going to do. Because that's a really dark route to go.
Well, it seems with her character, because she's a very reclusive character. In the real world, when they talk about her past, is that she's a reclusive character who wasn't part of the rest of the group.
Yeah.
And spiders are all about that. That's why they're going to trap you in their web. I think that's where they're going to... I don't think she's going to become we have a spider in our party. As cool as that is, even though they did find there's another character who was reincarnated as a little lizard.
Yeah.
A dragon or whatever.
Dragon sort of thing, yeah. I don't know, I guess my other problem with this is there are parts where the animation looks really good, and there's other parts where it's just bad.
Yeah.
Like the mother, like the mother spider, like that scene you're talking about. Like it's neat that she's eating the spiders, but if you look at it, like the animation isn't that great. It's kind of lackadaisical.
Well, that's where I would disagree. Is I didn't like when it was showing the human stuff, where the human.
No, I didn't care about the humans.
I hated that. It looked bad. It was boring. The characters were so bland. That's another reason why I think they're going to get eaten is because it feels like characters in a horror movie and you're just waiting for them to die. Like a modern.
Like I said, if this show goes that route, I'm absolutely for it. But like right now, it just doesn't. Like this particular episode doesn't grab me.
Oh,
It doesn't grab me.
I 100%.
Like I'm definitely going to give it another episode. I'll give it another shot. But like
I'm not gonna watch another episode until it's done, so I can.
So
Just,
you just like, I'm gonna
know,
binge this?
and then that way I can watch it because her getting more power, and her like, because there's definitely gonna be things like in Jujutsu Kaisen where it's gonna be, oh, is she gonna die or not? Like, I'm not gonna wait a week. The show is not interesting enough. The characters suck.
Fair enough. But
Like it's a binge watch. That's my stance on this. Is it's a binge watch show.
I suspect that'll be what it is too.
Like, don't waste your time with this episode until the whole show's out, and then watch this. And if you like it, or if you see a summary or other reviews or comments on this, like just figure out a little bit of bits and pieces about it if you're remotely interested, and then watch it once it's all out. Because as it is now, it's nothing special.
Yeah,
I will admit that. It's just I'm interested to see where it could go because it seems like it could go a pretty hardcore route. Because when she was eating stuff, that was dark.
Yeah, that's true, and I guess you're right. So it'd be great. Like the series seems like what it's trying to do, or for me at least. I agree with you. The fact that like I may wait until it's completely out, or even until it hits that halfway mark and then binge it and then binge the rest when This is for me not something I really want to watch episodically.
Yeah, same here. I'm not gonna watch any more of it until it's all out. I have plenty of other animes I need to watch that are on the docket.
There's plenty of that are more interesting.
No, I'm not. And didn't I Was Reincarnated Slime season 2 just come out?
Yeah,
That's definitely taking up the space of of the time I can dedicate to watching these shows.
yeah.
To that, and it's a 20-minute episode, and I still don't want to give up 20 minutes. I'd rather go play a video game.
Yeah.
Like if I have free time to waste on something lame, like I'll wait until I can binge it and I can just put it on until I okay, I just spend 4 hours of my life watching the whole season, and if it's good, I can actually make proper comments with it.
Yeah, right now it's not worth it.
And not a lot happens in this episode. It's another big critique. It's just basically her. But I like that it's world building and world building. But actually, it's clear to me that there's going to be no character in this. It's all just going to be just what's happening.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that I actually kind of laughed at for this episode, and it is one I do want to say one good thing about it, but because it's basically set up in a video game, she has skill points. She purchased a skill called Analyze.
Yeah.
I will say that particular scene is actually kind of funny because, if you've seen other isekais or even video games in general, or played tabletop RPGs, skills like Analyze are usually really useful because they give you in-depth information, they give you secret information. That's usually how Analyze is used. In this, she gets Analyze level 1. She analyzes a rock. It's a rock.
Well, but that's actually, that part made me laugh because she's like, oh, this thing appears to be a simple, ordinary rock, but when I analyze it, it is a rock. Oh.
Actually, but I will say she does go, okay, well, I mean, obviously that kind of makes it, but she tries to go to the wall thinking that, if I use Analyze on the wall, it'll tell me I'm in a cave, what cave I'm in, and it's just wall. And then when she analyzes, a room full of creatures, it's wolf, 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 deer, deer.
And she gets a headache.
And she gets a headache because of the amount of information. So I enjoyed the fact, I did find it funny, the fact that they took Analyze, which, Analyze has always had some sort of variant, but that sort of concept, and went, this is not overpowered, this is functionally useless.
Well, that's actually something where, because the theme about the show is clearly going to be growth. She's born,
Yeah.
and she's going to be growing. And I think, and it's a level 1, and those skills can level up right away. I think she's going to get better, she's going to get more in-depth information on stuff as she levels up the skill, because she's using it all the time. She is using
That
it.
is true. That is true.
It is useless as it is.
Useless as it is now. there are other shows where they do that analyze type skill where it's immediately useful.
Yeah.
That's what I find funny is that sort of subversion.
Yeah, but the final thoughts on it in my regard, my thing is wait till like this episode's okay, nothing special, hardly made me laugh, but it was entertaining enough. It was good popcorn, but wait until the whole show comes out if you're gonna bother to watch. If you're really into isekais, and I'm just happy that there's that even though they're breaking this rule, that they're my personal rule of I don't want humans. That's why my favorite Transformers show is Beast Wars because there's no humans. Like, I'm watching an alien race or I'm watching a monstrous thing.
Yeah.
I don't need humans. I could watch a Lord of the Rings fan fiction animated thing of the orcs.
Yeah.
Because it's different. Or the dwarves.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of that was the dwarves. Like, they're...
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that, like...
but...
Yeah, I genuinely don't see the purpose in the humans. I agree with you on that. Like, I don't know why they're there.
That's why I think they're food.
Yeah.
I think she's going to eat them.
I do hope it goes, like I said, I hope it goes their route. I'll find out when the season's over and I binge it. I'm not watching this episodically.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this week to week.
And if it gets translated to English, I'll be eternally grateful.
Yeah.
Because then I can watch it while playing my phone.
Yeah.
Or playing a video game and with it on in the background. I will be so happy I won't have to watch it because that like certain shows I can watch while I'm playing my phone because they're good, but they're popcorn, they're background noise shows, and that's what this is probably going to be.
I think that's it for us, right?
Yep.
Have a good one.
Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And hit that bell icon for notifications. Also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Links in the description down below.